First things first, make sure your hair is just back and away and out of your face so you don't get makeup in it. And really important, so many people skip this. The first step that you have to do is primer. This is from Fancy Face Cosmetics. But there are so many primers out there where you can get anywhere. And a lot of them are just usually really good. Primers are super important because they make your eyeshadow stick to your eye and not just slide off, and they really make the color pop. So it's really obvious as to, like, you know, orange, blue, that kind of stuff. And you just want to put this all over your entire eyelid up to your eyebrow, not on it, but like under it. And using your ring finger for that, this one, helps because it's least pressure and it helps it glide on really well. I have a white eyeshadow. It looks like this. It's just a normal white eyeshadow. I got it from the drugstore, and it has a little bit of shimmer in it. I think you can see it. But right off the primer, I take that on a flat brush like this, and I tap it off so I don't get it all over my face. And then I just put it from my inner corner all the way to my outer corner. Okay, so next step after the white is I would take this orange eyeshadow. It's also from Fancy Face. It has a lot of shimmer. As you can see, it's really, really pretty. And I swear, you can't really see it on camera, but it matches our orange shirts, like, perfectly. And I take that on a fluffy brush like this, a little bit on the tip, and I put that in my crease, and I just blend it out. And one thing to keep in mind when you're doing your makeup is that on stage, normal makeup that you would do like every day, you can't even tell that you're wearing makeup at all. Like, you really have to exaggerate it. Like, I would never wear this every single day, but it's fun on stage when you're competing. So anyways, I'm putting this like all up in my crease. And what I like to do is I take the orange, this orange that I just put on my crease, and I take it under my eye, and I put it pretty heavily down there. It really kind of brings your eye together and completes the look when you have a lot of orange down there. And I usually bring it down pretty far on my eye, like a lot farther than I would normally, just because on stage you just can't see your makeup that well. I use, for the blue eyeliner up here on that eye, I use a pigment also from Fancy Face. You can also get a blue eyeliner just like this. They're all over drugstores like Walgreens, CVS, anything. And you can just get a blue eyeliner and then just line the top of your eye with that, and it works the same. So I have this, look at that, just straight chunky glitter. And I use a angled brush like this. And I get it wet because if you're ever using pigment or just straight glitter or anything like that, your brush has to be wet or else the glitter is going to go all over your face, like everywhere, and just totally mess up all your other makeup. So I put that on a brush, and then I just line the top of my eye. I do it pretty thick. And you really want to make sure that you get the inner corner. You want to go all the way from your inner corner to your outer corner. And your line should go thinner to thicker. You want it to be thicker on the outside and then a little bit thinner on the inside. And after the top, I also go in on the bottom. And I do the same thing right next to my lashes. The young girls, you can just stop with this for your eyes. Or you can go a little further. It all depends on what you're comfortable with. But for the young girls, if you don't want to look like a clown, you can totally stop there and it's okay. But if you're older and you feel like, hey, I want to wear some more makeup, then you can keep going. So after this blue line right here, I take a liquid black eyeliner. And because I made the blue line really thick, I can take this black liquid eyeliner and I make a really thin line. Right under it. And you want to stay pretty close to your lashes with this. You don't want it to go over the blue, because you want to make sure that you can still see the blue. Okay, and after that line dries, I usually go back with the blue and put a little bit more over, just because, as you can see, like compared to like the blue on this side to the blue on this one, you can't see it, and sometimes you need to go thicker than you normally would. So we'll go back and do that later. But as that's drying, I take a dark brown eyeshadow. It looks like, how cute, that one right there. And I dip my fluffy brush, the same brush that I've been using for everything, and I dip that in there, and I tap it off, and then I go right here, and I lightly buff it in there, right in my crease, and I don't want to go above it, because if I go above it, you'll see more brown than orange. And I lightly buff that all in my crease to the outer edge of my eye. I take a matte black eyeshadow. This is just from, I have tons of matte black eyeshadows that you can use. And I take it right here, and I dip my brush in it. You can use the same brush that you've been using. It doesn't make that much of a difference. And I take this, and I put it right in the outer edge of my eye. And I do it really lightly, because you don't want to have a giant black glob right here. You want it to be blended out. Black globs don't really look good on anyone. So you put that all in the edge. And you can put it over the blue, over the eyeliner that you just put on. We're going to blend it out so it doesn't make much of a difference. Then you take the same brush that you've been using, your fluffy one, and then you come in and just buff it out. Okay, and then once you have that black there, take the orange that you put all in your crease and just go over it again. So now that we have that orange there, go back with what's ever left on your brush and blend it out under your eye. When we're done with the black and the brown and our eyeliner's dry, I just go back in with that blue. Okay. Now that we have all of that done, I like to take on a angle brush like this, I take that black just a little bit on the tip of the brush, and I like to take it right in the outer corner on my bottom lashes. I don't bring it in that much. I just like to take it right on the outer corner. And then you have to wipe all the blue glitter off your face so you don't look like a Smurf. This is usually the last step that I do, but I take a white shadow. It's a lot like the white we put on our eyelid, but as you can see, you can't really see it anymore. I'd put this right in my inner corner. A little bit on the top and onto the bottom, just so you can make sure that you see it well enough. And then you take it and put it right under your eyebrow. After I put on the highlighter on the inner corner and underneath my eyebrow, I take this white eyeliner pencil and I put it right on my waterline. This is totally optional. It's just something that I like to do, because it really makes the contrast of orange and blue and blacks and all that stuff really stand out. And I love the way it looks. I put that right under there. And then take some mascara. This is the L'Oreal Voluminous Mascara, my favorite mascara in the universe. and I take it and I put it all over my bottom lashes. I always wear false eyelashes because I love the way they look, and any excuse to wear false eyelashes is awesome. Okay, and then onto the face. A lot of the stuff that I do with my face is totally optional there, because I know what I'm doing with my makeup and I feel comfortable doing the stuff that I put on. But if you don't wear a lot of makeup and you're already uncomfortable with the whole eye thing going on, and you don't even know what I'm talking about when I'm saying what I'm saying, you don't have to do the extra steps that I show you, but I just like to show you so you have the option, and if you wanted to, you would know how to do it. So I take a, after your eyes, do not put your foundation on before you do your eyes, because the color that we use is so weird, like orange and blues and blacks. It will get all over your face and you'll have to wipe it off, and then you'll have all this type of colors going on in your face, and that's not fun, and it's gonna ruin your whole face that you work hard on. So always do your face after your eyes. But what I do is I take a lighter foundation, 2 shades lighter than my face usually, and I take it and I just put it all over. You can use a ring finger if you want to do this. You don't have to do this. But I take it and I put it under my eye from like cheek up to temple, just right here. And this is the Neutrogena Healthy Skin. It's in shade light because I'm really white, but I really like it. It makes my skin glow. And then bronzer. What I've noticed it works the best with our uniforms is this. It's NYC Smooth Skin Bronzer. You can get it Target, CVS. A lot of the stuff I use is drugstore, so you can always go to the drugstore and get it. But I put that on a, you can use like a fluffy brush like this one, or I have this kind of hard like bronzer brush, and I put it right under my cheekbone. A lot of people like to do the fishy face, like this thing. But you can like feel your cheekbone, you can kind of feel where it is, and then you put it right underneath it. And I put it on pretty heavily because a lot of times, like bronzer, you can't see it on stage. The lights wash your face out, and it really does make a big difference, especially with competition makeup. Putting it on makes a big difference because it kind of brings your whole face together. So I put that pretty heavily all over the under part of my cheekbone, and I bring it up to my temples. I put a little bit down there too, and I put bronzer up on my temples and around like both sides of my face. You want to do it really lightly. Again, if you're like not comfortable with this kind of stuff and you don't know what you're doing, you don't have to do this, because if you don't know what you're doing, you might end up with just like a whole orange Halloween face going on. Or you can ask someone else on another team to help you do your makeup. Bronzer. Bronzer's done. Also from Fancy Face Cosmetics is this blush. Oh my god, this is my favorite thing in the universe. It's kind of like a rosy, it has shimmer, and it's kind of like a rosy dark pink. I know it looks light on the camera, but it's like a rosy dark pink. Beautiful. And I take it on a fluffy angle brush like this, or a blush brush. I have something fluffy. And I put that okay, so you have your blush. Got your blush on. Very important. I know a lot of people don't do it, don't know how to do it, but it makes a huge difference on stage. Eyebrows. You don't have to fill in your eyebrows. I love filling in my eyebrows, and it does make a giant difference on the stage. And it frames your face, and it just makes you look awesome, but you don't have to do it at all. But I like to fill in my eyebrows just because that's what I'm comfortable with. You can just use like a brown eyeshadow, but always go lighter than what you think, like, than what your eyebrows look like, go like a shade or two lighter, just in case you don't want to have really like black eyebrows, like blonde hair. That'd be super weird. And then the last step that I do, also optional, a really white highlighter, is this. And I put it on a brush. I put that right on top of the very top of your cheekbone, right here under your eye and the outer corner of your face. On my forehead, lip, and chin. And then I take that color, the same white that I just used for a highlighter on my face, and I put it on a little tiny brush. Oh, dang, look how white it is. Really white highlighter. Has some shimmer in it too. And I put it right underneath my eyebrow. And I don't really blend it out, because you already have that white there. You put it right underneath, and then I put it right inside my inner corner. Last is lips. This is just a cheek and lip stain. They're everywhere. Drugstores. Oh my gosh. Revlon lip stains. Revlon Color Stay. They have a huge amount of colors that you can use, but I usually use a pale pink like this one, which had a little bit of color in it, but it wasn't red or pink enough where it would kind of make the orange look weird, like it would clash with the orange. Okay, and we're competition ready, and we're done, and we're ready to compete, and we feel confident about ourselves. Woo.
Yeah. What you say? Turn it up, I know you're listening.